Hey, what's up, guys? Double J here. So, when I was about 16 or 17, I worked at Wendy's for a whole year. How I actually made it through that whole year, I just don't even know. It was awful. And I say that, and I mean it. It was awful. So, working at Wendy's for a whole year, you learn a lot of things about working at fast food. A lot of people say the term underappreciated, underpaid. That is exactly right. No one gives a shit if you're fired or if you're hired. And the reason is because you're not getting paid much. $7.25 is what I got paid an hour. Yes, working for 7 hours equals about $50. That's awful. That is an awful thing to think about, and I'm very glad I got out of the job as soon as I could. I had this job when I was still in school, still in high school, and still did basketball. So I literally got zero free time, and basketball was right after school, so I'd go from school 8 hours a day to basketball that was 3 hours, straight into work for like 4 hours. Every day. I hated life. It was awful. Maybe if I had a better job, I wouldn't have had such of a problem. But goddamn, do not, and I repeat, do not work at fast food. So, there is good things and bad things, obviously, to working in fast food. One of the good things is you get lots of food that you're not supposed to be eating, but everybody eats, so you eat it anyways. If you mess up a burger, you put it on the shelf right in front of you, wait until break, take it back and eat it. No one really cares, except for the store owner and one of the managers. Every other manager did not care what the fuck you did. You could do literally anything. As long as you do your job, they didn't care. They really didn't care. And that is probably how every manager should have looked at it, because they know, hey, they're not getting paid anything. If we be strict and awful to them, they're just gonna leave. And it's a crazy concept, I know. It's like, if you pay your employees more, they might have a tendency to show up or even to stick around longer. It's crazy, I know. So, the main thing was, we got a lot of food. We did a lot of stupid stuff. And I mean stupid stuff, I mean a lot of stupid stuff. We made Hot Pockets in the fryer. We made pizzas. We made quesadillas. We made anything you could think of. It was great. When it came down to eating food, it was amazing. And you're probably thinking, well, you ate at Wendy's for a year. How can you still eat it? Their food is legitimately good, and there's nothing really sketchy that goes on with their food besides the chili. Do not, and I repeat, do not eat the fucking chili. Everything's fine with the chili, except for the meat. How they get the meat for the chili is they take whatever meat expires on the grill, that means it gets either like too burnt or it's been on there for too long, and they put it in this little bucket. They leave that bucket there until the end of the day. So all that disgusting meat's just chilling there for like 12 hours or so. And then you take the meat back, put it in a strainer, run some water through it, cut it up, and put it in a bag and then freeze it. Later, that bag is taken out and used for chili meat. All that disgusting meat that went bad throughout the whole day. Yeah, don't eat the fucking chili, please. Just don't touch the chili. That's disgusting. Really, don't get the chili. I cannot emphasize that enough. It is bad. So, I guess I should go into some things like work positions. There is the fryer, where it is the worst job by far. It is awful. You sit there. Someone says, hey, we need more fries. You throw a bag of fries into a basket and put it in the fryer. You sit there and wait. And then sometimes you put fries and nuggets in cartons. That is your whole job. That is what I was doing for the first 2 weeks of working there, and I wanted to end it. I was not feeling it. It was not fun. It was not exciting. It was not fast-paced. Oh, it was awful. If you have any say in the matter, do not work fryer. And then there's sandwich maker, which was my favorite. And it took me like 6 months before they even put me on sandwich maker. But you pretty much learn how to make all the sandwiches, and then you make the sandwiches. And it's exactly how it sounds. It is fast-paced, though. It is generally interesting because you're like, oh, I get to throw meat on sandwiches. It sounds stupid. It doesn't sound interesting. But for have to doing a job that everything else is extremely boring, that's probably the most interesting job you can have. And time actually went by pretty fast making sandwiches. The only downside is that if you fucked up, if you made a mistake on that sandwich, you are the one that got bitched at. Oh, it is so unenjoyable to get bitched at for just accidentally adding ketchup. You have to make a whole new sandwich. Oh, it is completely frustrating, especially because the people that usually go to fast food don't realize that we're human beings working there, and sometimes we do make mistakes, so they think it is the end of the fucking world when we happen to mess up a sandwich or something. They think they're never getting their sandwich, and everything's ruined. It's like, calm down, I will get it to you in a minute or two. I'm sorry. It's all it takes. So there's sandwich maker, there's fryer. You can be the window person who literally just takes change and gives people their food. And then you can be the second window person, which actually you have to talk to the people. I hated that job. I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but when you get the people that just go like, what do I want? All right. I think I'm gonna get a McJunior Whopper, and you have to say, that doesn't exist. This is Wendy's. And you're like, I really thought you had it back in the 1960s. My bad. And then they keep on. It takes them 2 hours for them to order. And I didn't mention this, but all the time this is happening, you are on a timer. There is a timer for how fast people order and how everything gets like through, how long it takes to make sandwiches, everything, all on a timer. And if that timer is in the like green area, which I don't remember how exactly long that was, the managers get a bonus. But if it's in red or yellow, they have to like make a report saying why it was in red or yellow, like how much time went past. So pretty much it was only for the managers to get like a bonus. So all the employees didn't give a shit. They're like, you can wait as long as you want for your food. I am not going to bust my ass to get some fat kid his McWhopper. It's Wendy's. There are no McWhoppers. Anyways, you get the point. And so the whole thing's timed, and it really, really just makes it 10 times more stressful. If CEO of Wendy's, you're watching this, take out the timer. It doesn't help anything. Anywho. The next thing I observed when I worked window was when I hand people their change, and instead of having their hand like cupped so they can actually catch the change, they decide, hey, let's make it a flat, a plane as I possibly can make it. So when the person hands me the change, it can just go all over the floor, and then they have to get out of the car and get it. I cannot express how many times that happened, and I'm like, how about you cup your hand? Like, it's a really easy fix, and they always give me this look like, are you fucking stupid? How could you not hand me change? And I'm like, oh, dude, please. It's so bad sometimes. But anywho, another thing I'd like to note is when you order at Wendy's, and pretty much every fast food, I didn't know this until I worked there, but when you order, everyone that has a headset on can hear you. Everyone. And that is 90% of the employees. So when you say something stupid, trust me, the whole store is laughing at you. I heard somebody say, I want a peach fantastic instead of a peach Fanta, and everybody lost their shit. From now on, that was called peach fantastic for the rest of the time we worked there. It was great. Which, that leads me on to the employees. Everybody was actually really cool that worked there. Everybody kind of realized and settled in like, we have a shit job, and complaining about it doesn't really help. Like, people are gonna be awful. Managers are gonna be awful. Let's just at least try to have a good time. And everybody was really cool. Except for, like I said, like 2 managers. Just the store owner and another manager that was like gonna be like runner up for the store or whatever. So it's kind of understandable, but they were just dicks. Like unintended, like why? You're not gonna make me work faster, let's be real. So besides those two people, everybody was cool. And we had an employee, let's call him Stewie. He liked to be kind of a troublemaker. He would take this big glob of mayonnaise and he went to throw it at another employee, missed, went right out into the dining hall, hit a wall, and exploded everywhere. It was a 10 out of 10 experience. I later saw him cleaning it up after I got out of the bathroom. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I missed. It was great. He would spray people with the dishwasher when they walked by. He one time hit another manager employee. She was a cool one, though. In the butt with a chicken frying pan as hard as he could and put her on the ground. It was an experience, I could say, to the least. It was very interesting. And nothing happened to him because everybody loved him, but he was just a cool dude. And it was pretty much filled with people that would just like hook each other up. They're like, oh man, you going on break? You want a sandwich? You want like 12 pieces of bacon on your sandwich? And that was great when people just kind of knew they were in a bad position, so why would you try to make it worse? Everybody was pretty cool when it came to working. Another position you could work was the cashier, the front in-store cashier. Possibly the best and the worst job all at one time. I once had a guy come up and say, oh, I want this type of salad. This type of salad comes with chicken. I don't want the chicken. Or no, he said, how spicy is your spicy chicken? I'm like, how am I supposed to grade how spicy something is? I'm like, I turned to one of the cooks and was like, how spicy is our spicy chicken? She said mild. I'm like, it's mild. He's like, I can't have it if it's too spicy or else I can't do it. I'm like, okay, would you like a different salad? He's like, no, I'll have that salad, but I can't have the spicy chicken. I'm like, okay, so do you want a home style? And he's like, home style is another type of just breaded chicken, if you didn't know. He goes, man, is that spicy? I'm like, no, it's just plain chicken. He says, I can't have chicken on my salad. I'm like, what the fuck? A what? And then it went on for 3 minutes of if he wanted spicy, how spicy it was. It just went back and forth. I'm like, I cannot comprehend what this guy wants anymore. I literally just turned around and went, can someone help this man? And somebody talked to him and was like, oh, so you just want a salad without chicken? He's like, yeah, that's what I want. I'm like, I tried to say that 12 fucking times. How, dude? How did you not understand that? So there were some difficult customers, to say the least. There were some really difficult customers, and there were some other ones that were fine. But then you get the ones that complain, and it just makes it so awful. It makes it unfun. So finally, a year goes by. They give me a 5-cent raise. I'm making $7.30 an hour after working there for a whole year. I went, no, fuck this, I'm done. I literally quit the next week. They were like, oh, what's happening? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting really busy with school and stuff, so it's better if I just focus on that. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, you fucking hypocrite. Like, this is some CSI spy shit right now. I don't think those two things mix, but anyways. You have to take these training courses when you first start, and they're really bad and boring, and they're like, this is how you flip a burger. Anyway, I went in. I was on the manager's computer, like the main computer, and there was conveniently an earnings report just happened to be on the desktop. So I just took a peek, it happened to open by itself. Don't know how it happened. They were making like $200,000 a month, something insane. And I'm like, You pay your employees $7.25 and you're banking like $150,000 after expenses a month, and you have to pay your employees $7.25. I'm like, wow, this is shitty. Oh my God. I could not believe that. And I was just like, you wonder why everybody quits and leaves like within a short period of time. It's because no one wants to be paid $7.25 an hour. That is awful. And they act like they don't know why everybody leaves. It's great. It's amazing. But yeah, so that was pretty much my Wendy's experience in a nutshell. Some days were fine. Other days were literally awful in every way. I cannot express that enough. How just mind-numbingly boring working grill and just flipping patties and putting meat on the grill for like 7 hours in one day can be. I cannot express that enough. If you have a chance to get a different job other than fast food, take it every time. It's not a good experience. Like, what does it teach you? It teaches you kind of how people work. It can teach you some empathy for the people working fast food. It's not worth it. It's really a waste of time. You're not making enough money for it to be worth it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my little rants and stories about Wendy's. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that good old like button. Maybe subscribe. Maybe you leave a comment and tell me if you want to hear more of my stories I've got through my wonderful life I live. And everything, out of everything, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, motherfucker.